So we'll try and be quicker to get so everyone gets a chance to ask a question.
So I've got 2 questions for you, James. And the first one is, I was pretty shocked when I got to issue 6 of Lost Light and Megatron ended up staying behind in the Functionist universe. I just had envisioned that happening to his character. And I found his character arc in season 2 one of the best of the whole story. And so I guess I kind of wanted to know what your thought process was in terms of what Megatron's character arc was going to be and how you envisioned that happening and why you made that decision to leave him behind there.
2 reasons, one sort of in-universe and one outside. The outside, the fact Megatron was, and I've said this before, such a dominant personality and seductively so from my perspective, because there's you always want to sort of, you want more of him. I want more of him, and I want to explore more of what he does and who he is. And he was very dominant throughout season 2, and that was intentional. Season 2 is his story. And then we sort of reached, and others will disagree, but I mean, short of a trial, which again some people would say is essential, but we didn't have the trial. We had Dying of the Light, when you'll read it, you know what goes on. But I mean, it's the confrontation with the DJD, the real test of his newfound convictions and his pacifism. Once you've passed that test, or once you've stood down those threats, or stared down those threats, what are you going to do with Megatron? So what attracted me, moving him to the Functionist universe took him off stage and gave other characters some more attention. It addressed the issue that I had about, what's Megatron going to do for the next 20 issues or so? Are you going to continue testing things? You can find new ways to sort of test his mettle or his pacifism or whatever. But what I liked in the usual sort of perverse and sadistic way was giving him an ending which meant people thought he'd done a runner. And, so he'd, admittedly, a very small number of Lost Light characters, the ones in Dying of the Light, were more or less on his side. They weren't fanboys, but they were the ones amongst whom he'd found peace and acceptance. So for those people to think he sort of betrayed them by abandoning them was agreeably bittersweet. So that was that's what we did.